Moonies, welcome to the Sailor Moon Fan Club podcast. I'm your host, Victoria L. Johnson, and I'm here with Cristal Marie. She's one of the hosts for one of the most popular YouTube channels, Getting the Robot, which is home of some epic videos like the 37-minute, the complete Sailor Moon timeline, which we'll talk about later, the why our magical girl transformations in anime, why anime in Latin America was different and better, and queer censorship and representation in anime. She's also a singer, and she's, of course, a Sailor Moon fan, and I'm super happy to have her on the show. Welcome, Cristal. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you, Moon Prism Power Makeup. I'm here. Hello.
Yes!
I feel so good right now.
Yeah, you are in the right place.
I know. There are so few places where I can get away with that.
Right. Yeah, that's the funny thing. Like, Sailor Moon's so popular, but it also feels like we're also like a cult, like, following.
Yes, I know. Like, it's almost like, can I just show my Sailor Mercury
Right.
to you? Just quick. I've been practicing that move since I was a wee baby.
Right. Can I show you my collection?
Can I show you my dolls? Is
Right.
that creepy? I've been collecting them, yes.
Yeah.
I changed
have
their
all
outfits.
characters.
I make my own OST.
Right. Did some
hum it.
AMVs back in the day.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, as we were doing that, so take me back. So when you first started watching Sailor Moon.
Oh my gosh. Well, technically, I was very much a child, and I was just I kind of caught it on just public television because I grew up in Dominican Republic, and we got a lot of anime down there that wasn't yet being distributed in the USA. So it was like, I think it was around 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. There was like a specific block where we could watch Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Saint Seiya, and I think Samurai X, Rurouni Kenshin. And that was it. That was like the selection. And that was God tier entertainment at the time for anyone. And I just remember being shocked and delighted to encounter animation that was specifically catering to me, because I really felt like Sailor Moon spoke to me. Like, everything else was either comedy or fights against, good versus evil, which is still obviously a theme in Sailor Moon, but it had hot dudes, okay? It had hot dudes and pretty dresses and cute makeup, and I was down.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it. That was it for me. I was like, yup. What is animation if not Sailor Moon?
Right. And action.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of that packed into one.
Yeah. Mature themes? Say what?
Yeah.
Assuming I understand? Oh my god.
Right.
Very, very shocking for me and amazing. Like, I just feel that was one of the best experiences of my life, to just watch plot develop in an, like, episode to episode with actual cliffhangers. Like, what was that? I was not used to that format. It felt like a telenovela to me, which was the stuff that grown-ups watched at like 9 p.m. and people were making out in it all the time. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is the same, but animated.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt very mature.
That's come up before, too, on the podcast with another guest, where, like, Sailor Moon was the first time a lot of us saw, like, a serialized animated series. Whereas, like, something happened, like every episode, like, had, like, the story connected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So, like,
even when it was, like, a monster of the week kind of thing at first, there was still that thread that connected everything, because there was an actual plot, like an actual storyline, like an actual background. Like, these characters had a past life. These were reincarnated aliens. Like, that was too complex. For me, I was I came off of watching, like, what was on TV at the time for me. Like, I guess Roadrunner, Bugs Bunny, I don't know. You see, I blank out because I don't even remember anything prior to Sailor Moon that is worth mentioning. Animaniacs, Batman Forever. Okay, that was actually good.
Batman was great.
That one was pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think those are the only things. Yeah, I remember, like, Justice League, or not Justice League. Yeah, I remember, like, Super Friends.
Super Friends.
That's interesting. Yeah. Animaniacs for sure. Recess. But yeah.
Yes. Oh my god, Recess. Oh my god, now that makes me think of Dexter.
Oh, Dexter was good too.
Yeah,
Did you watch
Dexter
Pepper
was
Ann?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, Pepper Ann was good too.
I think
So
we
what?
got it.
Yeah. What year was this? I'm guessing this was like early 90s because you said before it was in the US,
Yeah.
but it would have to be after Sailor Moon actually came out.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's the thing. In a way, we still have cable TV in the DR. Like it still is a popular way to watch TV, even though we also obviously go on YouTube and we stream.
Mhm.
But the market there is very different. Like it's just there's still that habit of having like TV blocks dedicated to specific audiences. So you could have you could have caught Sailor Moon for the first time in the early 90s, in the late 90s, as well as the early 2000s and the late 2000s because they just keep repeating it and looping it forever. Like these animes never go out of rotation there for some reason. Probably because they keep being popular and
Yeah.
parents keep needing something to put their kids to do and watch on a Saturday morning.
Right.
So I caught it like around I think late 90s or so.
Mhm.
Like I was basically yeah, around late 90s I would think. And that was also around the same time that they were starting to show the dub on I think Toonami,
Mhm.
and I was watching both simultaneously. But for me, like I watched it in Spanish first, and then I saw it in English, and then I combined it for a full viewing experience.
Oh wow.
And then I watched it in Japanese with subtitles because some episodes that were brought to the DR, they were translated and some were not.
Mhm.
Some were just the straight up like sub. So it was like I saw Sailor Moon in three different languages and three different cultural experiences with three different levels of censorship. That was my Sailor Moon experience.
That sounds amazing. How did you have a preference for which one or
Well, okay, so here's the thing. For me, I have a preference for the least censored version of Sailor Moon simply because of the lack of censorship. Like,
right?
it just allowed me to gain more insight into character backgrounds and characterizations and just stuff that was going on in the scene that was obviously more important when you added the context of what was going on, which might have been at the time considered worthy of censorship, mostly queer representation.
Mhm.
But I also have this attachment to the original voice cast of Sailor Moon dub. Like I genuinely thought Serena was super charming, and her voice really captured emotion in a way that gripped me at the time. And the comedy was top notch. Like that was amazing. Like I feel the dub was all in all a success. And I wouldn't even say that it's a good dub. I just think it's an iconic dub. Like it just hit. It just hit different.
Mhm.
So for me, it's like I equate the original, the 90s Sailor Moon. I really equate it with the voice cast and the voice dub of that version of the English dub. But I did like or enjoy the story more when it was presented in Spanish or Japanese because it was like all the songs were kept the same. I got to really experience the soundtrack as it was meant to be experienced, the emotional punch of certain things, and we got Mamoru to be a bisexual king, and we stand.
Yes.
So that was amazing, and Sailor Moon had some moments of queer exploration as well, and we've got our iconic Uranus and Neptune being not cousins.
Right.
So
Not very close
that was
cousins.
all of that to me was way more important to have experienced growing up
Mhm.
and understand because it allowed me to really kind of open my mind to a different way of perceiving the world and not especially coming from my background. Like I grew up in a Catholic household in a Catholic school, so it was already kind of like not the norm to be consuming any content and enjoying any content that might have some sort of queer representation at all and having that be a good thing. So yeah, that was I think a key element that I wish the dub had been brave enough to kind of tackle in the way that modern titles like Steven Universe have been able to do it.
Right. Yeah. That's a great thing to see how impactful Sailor Moon has been. It with like shows like Steven Universe or Craig of the Creek.
Hmm.
It's been really awesome.
Yeah.
Did you have any episodes of Sailor Moon that stuck out to you?
I mean,
Or moments, I should say. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if they stuck out because for good reasons though. Like, okay. So one of the things that I found interesting about Sailor Moon is how they present Chibiusa
Mm-hmm.
and how she is, the embodiment of the um, Electra complex in a
Mm.
character. Like the fact that she is genuinely totally in love with her father and
Right.
tries to outright seduce him when she gets into her dark lady form. That left an impact in me. Like, I didn't know how to translate that information in my head. Like, wait, but that's her dad. But, like, okay. But, like, years later, I would be like, oh, anime.
Right. It's
But,
so funny how many things can be explained that way now.
yeah, it's like, oh, why this? Anime.
Right.
Because anime. But,
Yeah.
but Little Sisters, yeah, anime.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
can I say?
It's
But,
just what it is.
yeah, but the Gynex effect and boobs that move like the Matrix, anime.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not saying I agree with all of it. I'm just saying it's anime.
Yeah. Sometimes I want to like suggest shows to people who don't watch, and then I'm like, okay, how much do I have to like? Have to like take off my anime lens sometimes. I'm like, wait, is this normal or is this anime normal?
Are any of us normal after
Right.
anime?
The answer is no.
Always no.
Right.
Definitely 100%. And that's what we want. That's why we're trying to get people to watch it so that we can, all be in the new normal, the
Right.
anime normal.
Yes.
And stop having to explain ourselves and especially what the heck is a tentacle monster. Like,
right. That's the world I want.
Like, why is that suddenly in Sword Art Online and why do people get it? And yet if you're new to anime, you're like, wait.
What? Yeah.
But the rest of us are like, oh, inside joke, haha.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I'm specifically trying to find an anime right now that I can share with my parents for the first time. Because, yeah.
I don't know what your parents are into, but I ended up watching Megalobox with my dad, and he really enjoyed it because it's like a classic like boxing anime. Like it has that Rocky vibe, So that was really good.
I might try that.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I was thinking also The Promised Neverland.
Oh, that would be good. That's cute.
Yeah, and it's got a murder mystery thing going on, and it's not overly fan servicey, which is my big concern because already, like, first of all, in all the time I've been alive and a fan of anime, and I'm a super fan. Like, I actually helped organize a convention, an anime convention in my country, so,
oh, wow.
like, really, really big and public involvement with anime. My parents never watched anime, not once with me, not even a Miyazaki film. My mother maybe now tolerates the idea of Pikachu. Because it's so cute and they sell dolls, and I guess because he was played at some point by Ryan Reynolds now, so that makes it okay.
Right, there was a movie.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, okay, it's cute. Okay, so this is not the devil. Oh, yeah, okay.
Right.
But now is the first time that they're open to even trying it, and they've got their bias, and they really think anime is essentially a gateway to Satan worshipping and overly sexual, which, well, kind of. And my mom just says, ooh, yeah, the big titties. That thing with the titties. I saw the titties. I see that your hosts are talking about titties. I see it's for adults. And I'm like, oh my God. That's okay. I mean, fair, but also no.
Right.
So it's
like
don't
now, understand. Yeah.
Yeah, like now even looking for a title for them to watch, I have to think, okay, wait, are there anime titties here?
Right.
And does this at any point do something that feels like, here's a demon, which in Japanese culture is a completely different thing. Like to have yokai, for example, present. Like I wanted to watch Kami-sama Kiss at one point with my parents, and then I thought, wait, no, this is all about the underworld and demons in the underworld. Nope, can't show that one. Okay. And I thought about Sailor Moon, like, let me show them Sailor Moon. I guess I would have to watch the dub with them. Yeah. Because I can't show them the uncensored Japanese version or Spanish version.
Definitely not. Although even then, I wonder how they would feel about, like, the transformation sequences.
I mean, they're naked in my version.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah, like even you see the US version has it with
they're kind of like silhouettes.
Yeah, the silhouettes, but there is footage of the original animation with just naked bodies.
Oh, right. I remember you mentioning that actually in the Latin American video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of
so
different. Yeah.
that's a no for me, fam, for my parents.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Nope, it's not gonna fly.
Right. You said you put on a convention though, and how did that go?
Oh, well, that was insane.
Yeah.
Real, real insane.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, I feel really good that we did it. It was the first convention in the Dominican Republic to celebrate anime and anime culture at
Hmm.
the time. And to be honest, it wasn't even supposed to be a convention. It was really originally going to be like a Miyazaki film festival.
Oh,
And I remember that we just partnered with a university there and spoke with the Japanese embassy to like, okay, let's do just a Miyazaki retrospective or something. And that kind of ballooned when we started sending out just tweets, invitations, and stuff, like, talking about it on the internet, as one does.
right.
And we had no idea how big the anime community in the DR was at the time. We just knew that we wanted to like try to gather them in one place. So it was initially it was supposed to be a free event too, because we didn't know, we thought maybe 200, 300 people might show up.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden we had 2,000 to 4,000 people showing up at a university which didn't have that huge of a space. So it was overwhelming to see all of a sudden, like in full cosplay, 2,000 to 4,000 weebs just filing in. Like in a country that is really not used to seeing that. Like that just didn't happen until that time. Like there weren't these huge public gatherings there yet, because now there are like 3 conventions. But at the time, that was it. That was the only one that was ever done. And we had to install a vendor's alley. We had to do like bring in exhibitors. We had to bring in bands. We got shut down on the 3rd day, actually.
Oh wow. Oh, so this was a 3 day event, 4 day event?
It was supposed to be like a 5-day event.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I mean, we had no idea what it was going to be like. And,
Yeah.
it was just kind of like a test. Like, we were just, hey, let's invite every anime fan in the DR and see who shows up. We had buses coming in from like the north and the east of the island, like just coming in for that convention, which was Konanime. And that's when we realized, like, oh my God, so yeah, here we are. Like, this is a huge part of our community, and nobody had ever kind of done anything about it or something just for us. And I feel great to have been a part of that, even though I got a fever day
Oh.
2 out of the stress of running it.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine like having to call in exhibitors and vendors like day of.
Yeah, day of, like, oh my God, there's no food. Like, we need to
Right.
get food all of it. Like, we
Yeah.
got 24 hours, guys, to figure out the food thing.
Oh my gosh.
And like get pizza here or something, and like sushi, duh. And just everything, just organizing everything on the fly. So obviously we all got sick. Everybody who was involved in the
Mm,
committee got sick.
yeah.
But the real challenge was convincing the university to keep us open as long as we did. Because
Mm,
the bands that came in, for example, like when you think about even with Sailor Moon soundtracks, like, and I love the music in Sailor Moon. That's like one of the highlights for me. Like I remember I even used one of their endings as an audition for like musical theater at one point.
mm,
And the songs are beautiful. Like you've got ballads, you've got some rock ballads, you've got some pop bops and stuff. But
yeah.
in general, anime tends to have a lot of J-rock influence. At least, like, if you hear even Demon Slayer's opening, Lisa's Gurenge, like
Yeah.
it's got that rock or heavy metal vibe. And this was a very conservative university, and they thought that anything rock or heavy metal was also devil worshipping.
Oh, yeah, that could be an issue.
And that didn't help that at the time, the everybody was kind of into visual K, and visual K is very much a music style and visual style that borrows from goth and from just this sort of rococo French inspired gothic aesthetic with punk elements. So people were coming in looking like Duran Gray, Malice Meezer, Miyavi, like hairs, colors, piercings, tattoos, chains, all the things. Like,
Right.
and
Music,
the
cosplay.
university was not happy.
Yeah.
They were like, "What is this?" And then they were playing really loud, rock music in a different
Right.
language. Yeah, they thought we were just summoning something.
Yeah.
We did our best,
Just turned into a goth scene.
Pretty much, yeah. Which was awesome.
Right.
Like, that was lit. Like, oh man, I miss it actually. Like I really enjoyed it. I wish I had not been sick the day of, but it was amazing to see that happen.
Would you ever do it again?
No.
No.
I mean, I would participate maybe with like if there's a team in place and things are structured, but never like that ever again. Never like, oh hey internet, we've decided to throw a thing. Show up. It's free. We're gonna figure it out as we go.
Come as you are. Yeah.
Come as you are. Bring your own beverage.
Yeah. So like if it was like an organized thing, you would do it again, but like not just winging it.
Yeah, never winging it again. No.
Yeah.
That was a
makes
phase. I'm glad it's over.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
Ooh, that was, I think about, let me see. We're in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
That was like 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was thinking like 5 years ago.
No.
Wow.
That was 15 years ago. I was in like my first year in college or something.
Wow. You did that. Like first year in college, I was not thinking about throwing conventions. Or you were thinking about throwing a Miyazaki Film Festival.
Yeah, that's still. Exactly. Thank you. I wasn't thinking of convention either. I thought maybe if I ever did anything like that, I would throw like a Harajuku inspired fashion like day, like a meetup. You know, a meetup. That's what I was thinking. Like, let's all gather and have a picnic if we enjoy this fashion. That kind of thing. Yeah.
That's one thing I'm afraid of, because eventually, you know, once obviously everything is over and we're safe to go outside, I want to start doing some like small Sailor Moon events, but I'm just afraid that it's just gonna like gets like swamped with people. But it'd be awesome too, because I'm like, it's Sailor Moon fans and I love Sailor Moon fans.
I mean, look, recently I emceed at an event called Sailor Boom, which
I love them. Yeah,
they're amazing. I love Hijinks and DJ Dimple, and they invited me to MC for their event at Baby's All Right. And you know, it was kind of the same vibe of let's just throw an event and see who shows up, and it was pretty packed.
Yeah, I've seen pictures.
Like that was awesome, and you know that's just what it is for this fandom. We will show up.
Right. It's so funny because I think we do get a lot of stuff now, but I think we were like a little bit starved in North America for so long that we're just like, we'll take anything that comes.
I totally identify with that mood.
Yeah, me too. Like there'll be like stuff at Hot Topic. I'm like, I need to get everything just in case.
Are those pajamas? Fuck.
Right.
Is that a cup? Me. Thank you. My aesthetic.
Exactly. I saw tea set today and I'm like, you know what? I want it. I need it. Just like everything.
Even at like a Claire's, I would go to Claire's just looking for anything that was prismatic. Or that might have like a Sailor Moon like vibe.
Right.
If it was similar, there goes my money. Yeah.
My friend one time just like got me some like rose earrings for, I think it was my birthday. And I was like, these are Sailor Jupiter's earrings. And she was like, oh, yeah, that's why I got them.
Don't you love that? That you can literally take any object and be like,
right.
Oh, you know.
Right.
People are like, sure.
Yeah, okay. That's totally why I got this for you. Yeah, I'll take anything with like a moon crescent. I'm like, and related to Sailor Moon.
You like get a stain on your forehead. It's like looks like a bowl, and you're like, oh wait, it's a crescent moon.
Right.
Thank you. Bless.
I am a Sailor Scout now.
I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't ask you. What did you have a favorite Sailor Scout or Senshi?
I would jump around a lot, but my first favorite was definitely Sailor Jupiter.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it was the hair. I just really wanted to be her. Like I wanted to be that tall and leggy and cool. And I identified with the fact that she was a tomboy, but she liked, you know, delicate things and to cook. And I was like, nobody understands you. That's me. Right. So silly.
She is super admirable. I think she's one of the best scouts. I get it.
I love her. But then I fell in love with Sailor Saturn. Then that became my my main for sure. Like Mistress Nine. Oh my God, step on me, Apocalypse Queen. I love her.
Yes. I'm still mad there is not a spin-off series with like Mistress Nine and Black Lady.
Oh yes.
Like that would be so cool.
I would buy the hell out of everything there.
Right?
Everything. Okay, you just frustrated me for today. I'm gonna go cry now.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
This is the world I live
so
in.
Much. Now I just want to throw a dinner party where everybody can dress up in that aesthetic and be like, hey, let's have some moon pies.
Yes, that would be amazing. There's actually, Hot Topic used to sell a Queen Beryl dress that I'm so mad I didn't buy. And it looks so good. I'm like, I want this aesthetic.
Oh, gosh, she's so hot.
Yeah, she really is.
Like, that dress is hot, man.
Yeah. A lot of the villain dresses are really hot.
Yeah.
Like, Queen Helenia is really nice, too.
Oh,
like,
my God,
yeah. A really cute outfit going on.
Oh, my God, but how about that? Like, the fact that Sailor Moon, like, you watch a show and you're used to a thing, like, you know, you're supposed to root for the hero and you are not supposed to root for the villain.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, now I think people are more used to the idea of villains being sympathetic or villains having a backstory and stuff. But at the time when I first watched Sailor Moon, that was not a thing.
Right.
In animation. Like, there was supposed to be a good guy, there's supposed to be a bad guy. The bad guy is one-dimensional and has nothing there of interest and looks ridiculous. And then you got Queen Beryl.
Right.
And her, you know, her commanders, the Negaverse, the whole thing. And everybody's hot, and everybody looks good, and everybody's, like, color coordinated.
All of a sudden, you're conflicted.
Oh, my gosh, I didn't know who I was rooting for.
Right. Darien turns, gets brainwashed.
I know. I'm like, oh, no, Mommy, Daddy, I don't see the world in black and white anymore. I don't know, I have complex feelings now.
Right. Nephlite turned, he becomes sort of good, and you're like, it's possible.
Oh, you just hurt me. Oh, that was low. I am still mad about that.
I know. It was
Justice
so sad
for him. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And for like all the Sailor Scouts, you know what? All the guardians of Mamoru, all of them deserved better. I feel like the whole series painted this picture of everybody was someone's soulmate. And then the only ones that ended up together were just Usagi and Mamoru.
True.
And the Sailor Scouts and the Guardians never, ever even got to reconcile or be friends again. Like, come on, friendship, it's fine, it's cool. You know, Malachite and Zoisite can stay together. Go for it, Gay Kings. Like, but I just wanted some sort of reconciliation there or some type of closure, and none of them ever got it. And then Naoko did me dirty with that. Like, how dare you?
I could see that. Yeah, that's true. Some of the outer senshi do get, like, pushed aside a little bit but we have Uranus and Neptune.
Yeah, we do.
Forever and always.
Forever.
Yes. Yeah. The Sailor Jupiter. I love Sailor Jupiter. You've mentioned a few anime too, other anime since we've been on this. Do you have other favorites?
I mean, right now or like growing up, because
that's a good point. Let's say right now.
Right now. Yes, okay. So here's the thing. I have favorite anime, but now I also have favorite donghua and favorite aeni. So like I'm also following Korean animation and Chinese animation.
Got it.
And mostly like they tend to have a very similar style. They're all borrowing from each other in one way or another. You could even say that Chinese donghua or animation is also a precursor of anime in Japan. Like there are things that just kind of happened at the same time, or it's hard to really figure out who started what and who borrowed from who what. So I just treat it all kind of like, I guess, East Asian animation tends to have an anime like aesthetic, and these are it. And right now, in terms of anime, like I am obsessed with Demon Slayer, and I love My Hero Academia, although this last season really hurt me. But I'm mostly looking forward to the final season of Attack on Titan. Like, I'm full on there. I'm following the manga, and it's frustrating, and I just want to see how it's all gonna wrap up. Yeah. Definitely interested in that. And donghua, I'm watching Modao Zushi, which is essentially a BL, a boy's love, and I love it. And that's kind of what I've been watching now. Oh, and Fruits Basket.
Oh, yeah. Is that
I
kind of
love Fruits Basket.
you're watching the not I want to say redub, but it's not a redub. It's a
Oh, the
reboot.
remake.
Remake, yeah.
Reboot, remake, both.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I still haven't watched that, but I did love the original, so I will get to that soon. But yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's actually better than the original,
Oh wow.
which I didn't expect. I feel like I'm always afraid of a remake, especially with
Mm-hmm.
the Sailor Moon Crystal remake. I didn't really kind of click with it as much as I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
My best friends love it. Like they loved it, and I know that it's more true to the source material than the original animation. It just didn't click with me as much. So I keep looking at remakes like side eye, like I don't know if I'm gonna
Yeah,
like
I mean
you.
we've been burned a lot, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
Fruits Basket actually elevated the source material and expanded on pieces that were not really fleshed out in the manga or the anime.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's gotten farther. You know, the original Fruits Basket ended, season 1 I think. It just ended there and it kind of left it open-ended and it never introduced some of the major characters that are essential to the conflict of the story, like the rooster, the horse, stuff like that. And the new version, the remake, is already there in season 2, just kind of really putting all the characters front and center. And I'm digging it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
Okay.
good stuff.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, definitely
Um,
do.
I also wanted to know, so like the complete Sailor Moon timeline is one of like the most popular videos you've done, I think. I want to say. I might be wrong. It's 37 minutes, which is like
Which took 7 hours to film. No, I'm kidding.
no, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, how long did it take for that to come together? Like, including
Ooh,
like research, I'm assuming was like intense.
that took about a month,
Mm-hmm.
maybe more, because it was research on several ends, more than one writer,
Mm-hmm.
because it was a lot of material to put together, and
Right.
there's all of the localization to consider. Like the timeline translates differently if you focus on what was presented in the West versus what was presented in the East. So it's like making sure to also include the stuff that was brought up in the remake, like in Sailor Moon Crystal, and
Right.
what's in the manga and the 90s anime. Like that was quite a mammoth project to undertake. And
Mm-hmm.
filming it the day of, it was the longest timeline I've done. And I did the One Piece timeline, but it was
Wow,
one, yeah,
that says
like
a lot.
right? But the One Piece timeline, to be fair, was only part 1.
Okay,
But still, like it was
it's a
it
little
was
more linear.
covering. Hmm?
I feel like the One Piece is a little bit more linear in its story.
It is.
A
It's
little
just
bit.
easier to follow.
Mm-hmm.
There's less jumping around dimensions,
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually plenty of that too. But in Sailor Moon specifically, like just going through the whole thing and being able to make it cohesive, that took us a day to film, like a full day,
Wow.
just to make sure that we weren't accidentally skipping parts or um and even then, like it's not a perfect video. Like we always look back on the videos we publish and we're like, oh man, I wish I would have changed this or that or added this part or
Mm-hmm.
this piece for context. But you can't really cover every single thing. So we try to do our best, and here it is.
Yeah, I mean that's all you can do.
And now we did it with JoJo stands. Because why not?
Yeah, why not? People enjoy it. I
It
think.
was fun.
Yeah. How did Get in the Robot start? Actually.
Ken and the Robot, as a, like, the channel, it had been something that people were talking about at Frederator for a while. Like, it took a while, and I consider the OG brainchild, this to be the OG brainchild of, like, our producer, Adrian, who's always behind the camera.
Hmm.
And it was between him and uh, Jesse, who was also a producer, and Kurt was also kind of working at Frederator at the time, one of the hosts. And I just remember that even while I was working at the Leaderboard, which is their gaming channel, I just kept hearing conversation about the anime channel. And I would pop my head in all the time, like, "Hey, I heard
Right.
anime.
Right.
What's up?" Just so you know.
Right.
I I have a collection. I've been watching this shit.
I know things.
I know things.
Right.
I think about these things. I watch these things.
Right.
And
I could talk about these things.
yes, and then like I remember that there was this entire pitching stage where we were putting together they were putting together like pilot episodes, trailers, teasers, stuff to like see if we could maybe get the channel to run, like would it be launched, etc. And I wasn't even supposed to be in the channel trailer that came out when we first launched. Kurt was recording that day and he was doing the trailer, and I just happened to be doing the voice over for like a leaderboard video at the time. And I popped into the studio like, hey, what's up? And they're like, okay, you know what, just come in here. And they threw like a body pillow at me. Well, it was actually like a balloon with like I think it was Ray from Free Iwatobi High School swim club. And they're like, you know what, just do you here, be the thirsty fangirl that you are. And I'm like, thank you, okay.
I can play that role.
I can totally do that, sir.
Right.
And that's kind of how it got started. And then, you know, everybody else came in. Yudoye, Dory. Now we've got Wai Chang, Mr. Glow. His skin is amazing. He needs to drop his skincare routine.
Yes, please.
My God. Seriously. He's going to have to just do a website just for that. Like, okay, the Wai Chang Glow. How do I achieve this? Can we do a Wai Chang challenge?
Subscribe to that.
Seriously. Same. Hard same. Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of how the channel got started, and that's how we've been rolling ever since.
So if each host of Getting the Robot was a Sailor Scout, who would they be?
Okay, so Kurt is definitely Sailor Moon. Because he keeps getting kidnapped by Adrian into these isekai and harem worlds. And that just sounds like the kind of stuff that happens to Usagi all the time. You know? So Kurt's definitely Usagi.
I feel like that could also be Tuxedo Mask, because he's also getting like pulled into things. He does places he doesn't want to be.
You see, I would say maybe, but Tuxedo Mask deliberately shows up late to everything. So, oh crap, that might be me. Shit. Look, I
did say Scouts, but I'll include him-ish.
Well, god damn it! Now characters. I just outed myself. I'm always late.
It's okay. I am too usually.
Okay. Yeah. No, you know what? Yeah, no, never mind. I think Dory would be Chibi Usa just because she's so small. I love her. She's the tiniest, okay? That's what she's got to be. But no, just based on her chaotic energy and cuteness, I think she could... No, that's still Chibi Usa. Yeah, she's Chibi Usa, for sure, 100%. I think Yudoye would be Sailor Jupiter because he's the tallest. And we're always talking about it, and he's always having to lift us up. Like, if we go anywhere, Yudoye will carry Dory, and it looks ridiculous and amazing. It is like an actual Gundam. I don't know how to explain it.
That sounds great.
But he can do that, so power. So he would be Sailor Jupiter. Wai Chang would be Sailor Venus. Okay, he is the idol of the group. He has the glowing skin. He is the one with also a career in music and two identities in between his music persona and his host persona. So Sailor V for the win, codename V. And Adrian would be Sailor Mercury.
Okay.
I know he's always behind the camera, but that's the point. He's always in charge of the tech.
Right.
The technical aspects of the channel, he's there. There are a couple of people on the team that are not on camera, but they're equally important. Like, we've got our head writer, Casey. We've got Chantel, who's also there. You might, every now and then, like in some videos, we do talk to each other in the room. But yeah, like, they're there, so I consider them Sailor Pluto. And, like, I guess Sailor Saturn would be in there.
Okay.
I am clearly Tuxedo Mask, apparently. I don't know what to say about that. It's just the idea that he arrives late and then just leaves stylishly. That describes me not that badly. I feel bad now. You know what? I would rock a tuxedo.
You know, you should. Top hat tuxedo, get some, like, eyeglasses that, like, cover
100%.
your eyes, a mask.
Yes.
Yeah. Show
Yeah.
up to places and then just like be like, all right, goodbye now. I've
Throw a
done
rose.
everything you need.
That sounds like me. I just arrived in the studio. I'm like, okay, I did what I got to do. Bye.
Right.
They're like, hey, Cristal, you want to work on? Nope. Done for today.
Right. But you didn't do anything.
Oh, you sounded like Adrian all of a sudden. I'm kidding.
Oh. I was like, oh. Yeah.
Cristal, come back here. You're welcome.
Right. Like, see you tomorrow.
Darn it.
Yeah.
I thought I would be Mars, but nope. I am not.
I feel like, people have like a rising sign and I don't know all of them. I'm really bad at that. But I feel like there's like everyone should have a like the Sailor Scout you are and the Sailor Scout you aspire to be. Like I am definitely an Usagi, but I aspire to be like a Neptune. Because she just kind of has her life together and she has like she dresses really well. But like I know I'm an Usagi. So
I mean, look, at least Usagi always gets the best food.
That is true.
I never see Neptune eat.
That's a very fair point. I do like eating.
Eating is important.
It's very important. And I like good food too.
Yeah, and playing the violin is cool and all, but food.
That's a very strong argument, I have to be honest.
I do my best. See, you're welcome. Here, have a rose.
Right. Oh, thank you. I feel reassured yet confused.
I've done my job.
Right.
You see, I am Tuxedo Mask.
You are Tuxedo Mask. Gonna get you a green blazer.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, what do you know?
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
For figuring this out.
Very proud.
Yeah.
Proudest moment.
You are also a singer. I saw clips. I saw YouTubes.
Ooh.
Yeah. When did you start singing?
I started singing, I think, when I was like 9, probably. I remember. I don't remember when I started exactly. Like, I can say that I've just been kind of performing all my life. Because I was originally like a child commercial actor.
Okay.
Like, literally the person who would film, lollipop ads and stuff.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, it was fun. To me, that was all kind of like playing. So I just remember that was a part of my lifestyle. Like, I would go to school, and then in the afternoon, I would go to an agency, and we would shoot something with bubblegum or free candy or a dancing in a park or whatever. And at the same time, I was kind of going to the school choir, church choir, and then eventually that just escalated into music lessons. Like, I took piano lessons and vocal lessons, and later on I would figure out that my parents just wanted to get me out of the house.
Oh.
Which makes sense. If you know me, Tuxedo Mask and all.
Right.
So yeah, I just kind of was involved in music since my childhood. And nobody in my family is a singer, by the way. Like, nobody's a musician. It's just me. So I really am convinced they were just trying to get rid of me.
Yeah, I mean, I'd buy it.
Totally.
Maybe.
100%. Might have been influenced by the fact that I would wake up at 5 a.m. and sing.
That doesn't help your case.
It doesn't. No. I would watch Disney films, and I would memorize every song, and I would make sure everybody heard me. So there's that. So I guess that might have played a part in why I had to.
Or maybe they're like, she's really good. Maybe we should monetize this.
Yeah, no, I wasn't good.
Oh, okay.
I assure you, I am the result of training.
Like, hard work and dedication.
Yeah, just focused and dedicated training from a very young age in order to make sure that I could now sing. But I think everybody's born kind of with a voice that can sing, and I think it's just a matter of training. I know there is natural talent, obviously. Like, I know some people are born with, like, pipes or the ability to do Mariah Carey style runs, which, fuck them. I mean, that's unfair. A
little bit.
Good for them.
Right.
But I wasn't. I was definitely just someone who had to work really, really hard. And I have these recordings from when I sang, and like school plays and stuff like that, and I listen to them now, and I just want to burn them. And I'm like, no, child, why? Why
Can't
would
forget your
people ever
past.
think you would do
Right.
that?
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah,
Uh,
I've been singing since then, and thankfully I managed to fall in love with it and keep it up and just consistently train for a very long time, so that eventually I just started kind of working in musical theater,
mhm.
and then I got signed to an indie record label in the DR, and that's kind of how I got started in pop music as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Would you or have you sang any Sailor Moon OSTs
So
or performed any? I should say.
I have performed them, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And there is an embarrassing clip of me
Oh
singing
no.
and playing the piano to Moonlight Destiny in a Dominican TV show, which I will bury if I find it. It is somewhere on YouTube. I will find it and I will bury it.
I'm going to find it before you do so I can watch it.
Why you do this to your Tuxedo Mask?
I'm sorry. It's my curious nature.
You see,
I don't know.
this is why I leave with Fiore in the movie. This is why. This is why.
I get it. I get it. He wouldn't do that to you.
No, of course not. No,
He
loyalty.
just
Oh my god.
builds planets out of flowers for you.
Thank you, a garden on a
Right.
meteor.
Yeah.
Who else? Like what? You know what? Let's bring that up. Actually, what is Usagi offering Mamoru?
I mean, she gave him that rose that one time.
Mm.
That apparently was very impactful for him.
It reminded him of Fiore. Okay,
That's true too.
that was literally an echo of Fiore. Fiore was, you know
Yeah.
what? But you know what? That does say something of the
Mhm.
early bird, because Fiore left to look for a flower and he just didn't find it on time.
Yeah,
Usagi
he was
got
too
there
late.
first.
Boom, boom. Also, like, Usagi isn't trying to, like, destroy whole planets. I mean, in the name of love, I get it, but
Yeah, I mean,
no, it could put a little damper on things when you're
okay, fine.
slightly evil,
A little bit obsessive.
a little obsessive.
A
And,
little. Just a
yeah.
tad. Nothing a therapist can't help him work out with the right weekly schedule.
Maybe bi-weekly. I mean,
Mm.
no, not bi-weekly. Twice a week. Twice.
Bi-weekly fits.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I was afraid that would mean every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
But,
no, bi-weekly.
Twice a week. Yeah.
I'm just going for the bi here.
Got it.
Mm.
Got it. Puns. I love puns.
I'm terrible at puns. I'm the dad joke of puns.
I love a good pun. They are so good. Puns are amazing.
But they're so bad, too.
They are really bad. But it makes me so happy. Yeah. They started singing a little while ago, or a while ago.
Like,
Mm.
all my life,
Yeah.
unfortunately, for my parents.
Training. You sang things that you don't want people to see.
100%.
You know?
I really hate the fact that I started so early. I wish I could delete half the stuff that's out there somewhere rolling around that at some point someone's gonna throw in my face. I know it.
Yeah. It's the way of the internet, unfortunately.
Uh,
Oh, but who are some of your biggest inspirations?
mm, um, Wow. I think of the ones I have now, and they're mostly K-pop. But back then,
Yeah, that's fair.
my biggest inspirations were, I would say, Michael Jackson. Honestly,
Makes sense.
like my
Great singer,
first.
great performer. Mhm.
Yeah, it was mostly the performance part, like not even the singing part, just the performing, the commanding a stage the way he did.
Mhm.
That just really left an impact in me, and I remember that was my big driver when I was going to any type of performance classes or just dance classes or anything like that. Like I was more in it for the stage craft than I was in it for the vocal craft at first.
Mhm.
And I just really, really love stagecraft
Mm.
and everything that goes into making a show, like the lights, the effects, the dancers, the movement, the positions on stage, the blocking, the elements, the costumes, or like everything. Like I was really very much like a theater kid and a performance kid growing up. Which is probably why I also love Sailor Moon, because it's technically everybody's always transforming into costumes and like awesome
Yeah.
freaking theatrical outfits that
Yeah.
are amazing. and
Okay.
all the light is just naturally coming in the scene with music.
Musical performance dream.
Hell yeah. This nerd was definitely overwhelmed. But yeah, like he was the first experience I had of just watching someone on stage, and being blown away. And then it was very much the divas of the early 2000s, like Christina Aguilera, definitely that whole Britney, Christina, like Jessica Simpson,
Yeah.
Mandy Moore
Right.
era. Um, and I loved, classic divas like Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey and Barbara Streisand. Like at one point I was all about Streisand
Oh yeah. I
and
love
her
her.
range and
I was obsessed with The Mirror Has Two Faces.
oh,
Such a good movie.
yes. A
She's
goddess.
so good.
But yeah, I was definitely like big voices, I guess. Big voices were what
Right.
got me. And then it went downhill, and then I found anime. And then I got obsessed with J-Rock, and then my biggest idols became Larkin Ciel and Gact and Miyavi, and like a lot of just visual K, metalcore.
Yes. All the great stuff.
Had a Nightwish era.
And you said you're into K-pop too.
Yeah. So now I stan G-Dragon and BTS,
Nice.
and
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Do you watch K-dramas too?
100% K-dramas, Chinese dramas, Thai dramas.
Yeah.
Name the drama.
Everything.
Girl, I grew up in telenovela culture.
True.
That's my shit.
True. Yes. What's your favorite K-drama? I only know. I've watched some J-dramas and some Chinese dramas, and I think I've seen one Thai drama. So I'm not too familiar, so I'm just going to ask you about K-drama.
Sure, no problem. My favorite K-drama is Goblin.
Oh, I love Goblin.
It's perfect. I have nothing bad to say about that one.
It's so amazing. It makes my
great.
heart happy and sad at the same time.
Both. That soundtrack, that's half the reason I love it so much.
It's so epic.
Like, I just love it so much. It's such a great drama. And I love Boys Over Flowers. It was the first K-drama I ever saw.
Same.
So I see it now and I kind of don't love it as much.
It's a little cringy.
Yeah, it didn't quite age well.
Yeah.
But it was the first one I ever saw, so it has a special place in my heart.
I will say though, K-dramas, you talk about musical cues, like they are on it. Like they know when to drop that song and just like get you.
Yes. I always end up obsessed for at least 6 months with whatever soundtrack of a K-drama I just watched. Like I had Coffee Prince stuck in my head full on for months, and it just wouldn't let go.
Yeah.
And there was also My Love from Another Star.
Oh, I love that. I listened to that Bruno Mars song so much after that. And there's a look in your eye, and I was just like, oh,
I know.
for something fun to do, and I'm like,
yes, give me.
Right.
Make me cry.
Just happy and sad at the same time.
Everything. Oh, look, that's a K-drama. Happy and sad at the same time.
Basically.
Yes.
Just all the feels every single time.
Oh my god. Have you ever seen Drama World on Netflix?
Yes. I love that show so much because I'm like, I want to, this is me.
So good. Yeah. So freaking good. It was just so
all
true.
The tropes and
every single thing. Even what was it that when they get drunk and they always get carried?
Yeah. And
like
she had to carry him, I think, every time or something.
Oh my god, yes. Or like if a girl is falling or faint, there's always going to be the male character to catch her.
Right.
Like a hero.
Yeah. I think you're the only other person I know who watched this. I tried to get my other friend to watch it, and she didn't enjoy it as much as I did, even though she loves K-dramas too. And I'm like, how could you not? This is like everything. Yeah, I was really sad it didn't get a second season.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah. Because
still waiting, still hoping.
Yeah, they had that little cliffhanger with the guy. He was kind of falling for her.
Yeah, I really wanted to see that. Like, was it going to be now him in the real world having to run away from... I don't even know.
Yeah. That was
great.
Yeah, I love that show, though.
I felt so called out.
Yeah, that was great.
By that show, seriously.
Yeah.
It's good stuff, people. Watch Drama World.
Yeah, I think it's still on Netflix, most likely, so...
And it's so easy to watch. Like, it's so short. I saw the whole thing in a day.
Yeah, me too. I think it's not that many episodes, and all the episodes are short. Because I think it was originally pitched. I might actually be getting this completely wrong, but I think it was supposed to be a web series on YouTube.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm not sure though,
I
but
haven't
it's just like,
researched it.
yeah,
Just to be
I do the
honest.
same thing. I kind of get obsessed with something for like a month afterwards, and I just like find every bit of information on there about it
Mm-hmm.
on it. But then I also have bad memory, so
I I
it's
feel like I have all the information and then I blank the moment someone asks me.
basically I'm just like, oh, I was an expert on this yesterday, but today I can't tell you anything about it.
Like, huh, that's weird. I work at an anime channel. She's asking me about anime. What's my favorite anime?
Yep.
Awkward silence
Yeah.
ensues. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
really, really.
I get it. I get
Drama
it.
World's great. I loved it. I
Mm-hmm.
felt it was really on the money with
Yeah.
its portrayal of being a K-pop fan and a
Uh,
K-drama fan.
yes. Yes. And the main actor's good. She's also in that show with Drew Barrymore that I can't remember now, of course.
Oh, wait, the one with the blood, with the no,
Yeah.
with the
Santa
corpses.
Clarita Diet.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, that one.
She's also in that. So now she's like, oh, it's the girl from Drama World. Yeah. And I just looked it up. It is 10 episodes, and each episode's like 15 to 20 minutes. Sometimes even less than that. So super easy. Yeah. But round it up. Do you have any advice for any aspiring YouTubers or anyone who wants to get into performing and singing?
Yeah, I mean, the advice is a little different for both, in a way.
Yeah.
Because if you want to get into performing and singing, I suggest you just start singing, like, immediately. Like, just sing everywhere. Sing at a birthday, sing at a wedding, sing at a, I don't know, if it's someone's 1 week anniversary of having watched a series, sing for that. Like, singing is something that only gets better if you just do it constantly and practice and eventually, get all the pieces in place to like make sure you can sustain it because it's your voice. Like the voice is an instrument inside your body
Mhm.
and you can, if you break a guitar, you can buy another guitar, but you can't buy another voice. So you definitely should get yourself a vocal coach. You definitely should learn about vocal theory, try to figure out ways to take care of your body and your voice. Like if that's something that you're genuinely interested in, definitely just go for like craft and basics there because it's going to be necessary no matter what. And then things will evolve from there. Like one of the most amazing things about singing in general is that people hear you singing, something's going to happen because
That's true.
everybody's always kind of looking for ways to connect or to feel something, and singing is really about just exaggerating a feeling in a way. Like that's what a song is. It's like taking a feeling and making it an entire moment. And being a good singer or deciding to sing is owning that and saying, okay, I'm about to just hit everyone with feels right now. That's going to be my career now. So get in contact with that shit. And yeah, practice makes perfect and you got to train. But for YouTube, you don't need to train. And you might not even need to know how to operate a camera.
That is true.
YouTube is very much a place where you can just throw content at a wall and see what sticks and go with the path of least resistance. Just play. Like it's a playground. Like I wouldn't say don't take it too seriously. Don't try to overthink it and figure out an entire strategy because there's an element to YouTube where once you hit on something that works, if you hate it, you're going to be stuck with that. So it really needs, in my opinion, to come from a place of play, like a fun. Like it really is just something you deeply enjoy. And if you start with just your phone camera and you put that on a desk and you grab yourself a lamp, you don't need lighting, just a lamp, and you start talking or you start doing stuff or you go out and you start filming things, anything that's happening that's interesting that you want to capture and you would want to share with your friends, like start there and the rest you're gonna figure it out as you figure out what you like. You can always watch channels that you enjoy and try to emulate them, but at the end of the day, you got to work with what you got, and you just got to get started. So that would be my advice. Even with me, like I before I worked or did anything in YouTube, at this point, I've been on the platform for like 13 years, and it's just nobody knows it. Like I did several things. I experimented a lot. I did a bunch of embarrassing things. I have videos that I've hidden from view, videos I've deleted because
Right.
they're embarrassing now. But you got to start, you know? That's how you learn. And now it's like I have the privilege of working with like a team, and that's great, but I didn't get there overnight. That didn't just happen. So that would be my advice. Like, just get started and try things and have fun and play with the platform and upload stuff. And, you know, you don't like it, delete it. You want to try just 5 minutes of you eating ramen. Like, go for it. Like, this is a place where, you know, mukbangs became a thing.
Right.
So that would be my advice.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, because I feel like there's so many things I would never guess would be popular, but they are popular. You said mukbangs, like just watch people eat, and it's like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
this is oddly satisfying.
Like, there you go. You wanna literally just eat and talk about something you love.
There's a
There's a there's an entire audience for that.
right.
Go for it.
That is a genre of sorts.
Yeah, like I have my roommate, she has this habit of, she's an illustrator,
Mm-hmm.
and she has this habit of just turning on YouTube and putting on any video where someone's talking or eating, but
Mm-hmm.
mostly just eating while talking, and she just draws and does whatever she's doing while she's listening to it. She's not even looking at the screen. She's just enjoying company. It
Right.
happens to be a YouTuber talking about some random thing.
That makes sense.
And she loves that and she subscribes to that, and that's her routine. So when it comes to, you know, what people want to watch or what people want to do, it's you can even start with you. Like, what would you like to be doing right now? Do you want to be hanging out with your friends right now? Then, you know, you could make a channel all about it being a hangout.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's it like to hang out with this crew, or hang out with me, or hang out with me and my best friend, and talk about, like, even this podcast, like just the fact that we're here hanging out and talking about Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, we're here. Hi.
Yeah, it's happening.
We're here, and there's people who enjoy anything to do with this, and
Mm-hmm.
we are part of this. So I think it's exciting to see it as a limitless thing.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for that.
Anytime.
Yeah. Tuxedo Mask.
You see, you're welcome.
Right.
And I'm out.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Wait, I have
I'll
two
leave
more
the
questions.
rest to you.
Yeah. Do you have any other projects you're working on? Or what
Yeah.
are some other projects you're working on, I should say?
I'm right now working on an EP, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, like, it's been slow, but I've been getting back into music again because last year I released Anime Girl, and I really only did that for fun. Like, I did that. That was like my equivalent of a shit post. Like, I'm just shit posting right now. I just want to make a song that is exclusively about anime culture as I see it for me and for my
Mhm.
friends, and just to have fun and be wild. And it's got a combination of like rock moments and EDM and pop and like hyper pop, and it makes no sense. And it's my brain in a song essentially. And it's in Spanglish. Like,
Oh.
it's so specific. But I had so much fun with it, and it kind of brought back that joy of just creating
Mhm.
and making music. So I decided to go ahead and do that again. So I've been writing songs since last year and just producing and creating and writing music, and I'm working on an EP that I'm hoping to launch this year.
Awesome. And will there be any Sailor Moon references in this EP?
Oh, you bet.
Yes.
In the name of the Moon Gang, I solemnly swear,
I believe you now.
I will now have to make it about Tuxedo Mask, though.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh my god. Just can't believe that's the big takeaway I'm getting. I am as useless as Mamoru. Let's just call it a rose.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the song, Rose. You're welcome. Have a rose, you're welcome.
Right. You're welcome has to be part of it too, I would hope. Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Throw a rose. You're welcome.
100%. That EP is gonna arrive late, like me.
Perfect.
It's gonna do very little, but it will leave stylishly.
It will leave an impact.
It will. It will be all about me, even though I'm barely there. There you go. That's my preview. That's my sneak peek.
Love it. I am already looking forward to it, and I am excited to listen to it.
Thank you.
I hope you show up more than Mamoru does.
Oh, I will.
In a fight.
I'm gonna be Mamoru 2.0. He's trying to better himself. He's going through a self-growth period.
Perfect. He'll be a future version. Crystal Tokyo Mamoru.
Oh my god, Cristal Tokyo.
Yeah.
You see? It's in my name. It was meant to be.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Puns.
We love them.
We do. Oh. And you'll definitely remember this. I was in every episode asking everyone to come up with a Sailor Moon Says phrase or PSA. Like at the end of the Deke episodes, original dub, Sailor Moon had her Sailor Moon Says.
Mm-hmm.
So what would yours be? Sailor Cristal says.
Sailor Cristal says, "Go wild, be yourself, stay horny."
Yes, I feel like that is an accurate summation of this episode.
Glad to represent horny fangirls everywhere.
Thank you. And where can people find you?
People can find me right now on cristalmarie.com, Cristal, Marie as in Marie.com, which is my website, and all my social medias there. So I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Twitter. I have a lot of arguments on Twitter, by the way, mostly because I'm again sharing a lot of shit posts and a lot of thirst. I am not ashamed.
Understandable.
Horny on Maine. I've got Twitch. I'm also on, obviously, Get in the Robot, your YouTube anime club. And you might even find me on the backlog of the leaderboard, doing some game reviews and 107 facts. So yeah, you'll find me online. I'm there.
Awesome.
I'm not hard to get. I'm an easy bitch.
Easy to find. Hard to track down. Yeah. And you can find me at Miss Old School. It's Old School with a K. And you can find the podcast at Moonies Club on Twitter and Moonies_club on Instagram. And that's it. Thank you, Cristal, for being on the show.
Thank you, and you're welcome.